Hello and welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm so happy to have you join me today here. I do pick a card readings on this channel, so a big welcome back to my beautiful subscribers. Thank you guys for being a part of this soul family, a part of this team. You guys are amazing, especially all of those who have reached out to me on Instagram, on Etsy. So thank you guys so much for your friendship. If you have found yourself here for the very first time, we just want to welcome you to this space. I do pick a card readings, like I said. Please join us, grab yourself a cup of tea, a little snack, and we'll have a little bit of a chat because we are all friends here when we gather at my table. So today's pick a card reading, we're looking at the person on your mind. This can be any person, someone you're currently involved with, someone from your past. We're looking at their current feelings for you, but we're also going to look at the past, the present, and the future feelings that they're going to hold for you as well. So we have 3 piles for you to choose from today. We have pile number 1 here with this blue deck. I can never remember the name of this deck, and every time I do this, I swear I'm going to figure out the name. But here it is, the hagstone here. We have pile number 2 with the Herb Crafter's Tarot and this stone cross. And we have pile number 3 with the Muse Tarot and this beautiful little parental turtle combo here. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting for you from Spirit today. My timestamps are going to be listed below, as they always are. If you want to take a quick moment to say if you are a subscriber or if you would like to be a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel and hit your notification bell and drop me a comment below, because I do offer a chance to win a free reading with me on a monthly basis for anyone who drops comments below my video. So please be sure to do that as well. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1 today for you. Again, we're looking at the past, present, and future of this person's feelings for you. Pile number 1. Hello everybody. In pile number 1, you were drawn to the beautiful hagstone here, or perhaps you're drawn to this blue tarot deck. I just looked it up. It is called the Tarot of the Divine. I don't know why I can never remember the name of this deck. I use it all the time. So the past, present, and future feelings for you from this person. How are they feeling in the past towards this connection? How are they feeling in the present? And how are they going to be feeling in the future? So I'm going to draw a 3, 3, and 3 card spread for each of these time periods. So we're going to start with the past in this connection. So how are they feeling for you in the past of this connection, Spirit? What were their feelings for you in the past? So we are starting out here with the King of Swords and the Star energy. So this person could have been an Aquarius. Maybe you're an Aquarius. Libra, very strong as well, but very strong air energy. How did they feel for you in the past? 2 of Swords, or I'm sorry, the High Priestess. We have the World and the Page of Coins. Interesting energy here. Back of the deck is the Lovers, and we have the 7 of Swords. So there seems to be a sense of keeping their feelings to themselves for you in the past, group 1. It's like they really had the sense of secrecy here with the 7 of Swords, with the High Priestess. They were holding out hope that they would eventually be able to break free and express themselves to you, because they saw a really valuable opportunity when it came to you and your energy here with the Star, you know, with the Page of Coins. They see you as somebody valuable that could have really made them really happy potentially in this lifetime. But there's a sense of maybe insecurity, indecision kind of plaguing them a little bit. Can we clarify that High Priestess, please? We have the 8 of Wands. So they really held themselves back here from the ascension that they wanted. There's the 10 of Coins, but they could see themselves in the past. They could see themselves really they could see forever with you in their eyes, if I'm being honest. They could see forever with you. They could see the value, the opportunity, but I feel like they kind of held back. They didn't really share exactly how they were feeling at that time. So let's see how they currently feel for you. We may not have room to do the 3 different piles on this board. We have the 10 of Wands. These are current feelings for you. The 5 of Cups. So it's like they didn't put into action what they really knew that they wanted at that time. And the Empress. Back of the deck is the Six of Cups so far. A real desire for reunions with you in the present energy. So I feel like they let opportunity really pass them by. There's the Two of Cups. They really let opportunity pass them by in the past. They didn't, they could have thought that they had more time. And now the regret has really sunk in. And that regret is a huge burden to this person, if I'm honest. It's a huge burden to them. And they have to hide it. They have to pretend like everything's fine. But it's like the clarity came afterwards. They could have had a bit of a sense of frustration. I feel like they're more frustrated with themselves, but they may be in the state right now in the present where they're sort of passing the buck and blaming other situations, or really not taking full responsibility when in fact they could and should, because they had, I feel like they had ample opportunity in the past. I feel like they had ample options that they could have reached out. I feel like all of the signs were there that you were totally in the past, and they didn't act when they needed to act. They didn't make that choice when they needed to make that choice. I just want to peek under here. Yeah. And that has resulted in them really having to stuck in sort of a waiting phase. The Nine of Wands back of the deck with the Two of Wands. A sense of choice and indecision, still wanting expansion with you, still wanting more. And again, that realization, the clarity came after that you were this important connection, that this could be a soulmate connection as well with the Two of Cups. And what's interesting is that it's like hindsight is 2020, but it's it's a beautiful progression of how enlightenment happens within a connection. I often say sometimes in my own life and with my family, I'm like, I wish that we could start out with all of the enlightenment and just digress in a way, because it's hard lessons when we have to learn them this way. Let's look at their future feelings for you. Are they going to make any changes? Are they going to do anything that will reflect movement or change in this connection in the future? Seven of Swords. This is the Romance Tarot. The one in the middle I've used for your present energy is the Sante Morte Book of the Dead Tarot. Sorry, I had to take a moment to think about that. Their feelings for you in the future, please, Spirit, for group number 1. We have the Ten of Swords. I do have here the Temperance card as well. Back of the deck is the Devil. So the Devil represents Capricorn energy. That could be a sign that is important to this connection. But more importantly, it's what it represents. And what it represents is somebody who feels constricted or feels unable to express themselves. It could be because of insecurity. Can we clarify the Seven of Swords, please? How do they feel in the future? It's a real sense of longing in the future, if I'm honest. They don't seem to be acting upon their feelings in the future because they seem to be giving up hope that a reconnection can happen in the future of this connection. A real sense of longing. Again, a sense of having to hide. There's the Nine of Wands. Having to hide how they feel. A lot of passion and desire going unwielded with the King of Wands on the back of the deck. There could be fire energy here. But more importantly, what's important is that, you know, as much as time is shifting and changing and supposed to change things in the future, this person's attitude towards their ability to create change hasn't changed. And because that attitude that they have no power hasn't changed, that means they don't have any change in their feelings in the future. In fact, it kind of digresses. It kind of goes downhill from there because it shows the Ten of Swords. It shows a sense of frustration and impatience that maybe you haven't come forward to relieve them of this feeling in a way. There is a sense of friendship here too. So you may have been stuck in some sort of friendship zone over here that has continued because there's been no evolution or ascension towards anything positive. They still are maintaining hope and faith, almost in a lonely way though, because they're having to maintain it in secrecy. So it is a fight that they feel like they have to fight alone, even within the future of this connection. And the Ten of Swords, you know, is sort of this over emotional response. They claim to have gained clarity upon the importance of this connection, but what's important to realize, especially with the way that I read, is that These top cards are the main themes or the main feelings, and these bottoms are just supports. So the Empress is just being supported by this clarity instead of the other way around. The clarity isn't true unless we're willing to act upon it with change to create a difference in the future. And this person kind of has this emotional outburst towards the separation, towards the disconnect. So their feelings feel a little bit hopeless. It's not a reflection of the truth of the matter, but it is a reflection of the truth in a sense, because if they feel like it's hopeless and they're unwilling to make a change there, then it becomes hopeless. And there is a sense there of them wanting someone to come in and save them. I just want to peek under here. There's the Magician. Spirit is really communicating that they are creating this loop. They are manifesting this, whether they realize it or not. And like I said, there's a little bit of a lack of self-awareness as far as their role in the whole thing. They feel potentially a little bit ignored in the past, and they're allowing all of that to spiral into this feeling of helplessness in the future. Let's get a couple of message cards from this person at this time. Their current feelings, please. We'll pull message cards for their current feelings. I want to give you just as much as you give me, but it came out in the reverse position, which is interesting because, like I said, they're passing the buck a little bit when it comes to you in this connection. They're trying to place all of the blame somewhere else. They claim to have gained clarity, but they're still not feeling their own power. I am still holding on. And that Nine of Wands made multiple appearances in this spread, because the Nine of Wands is a frustration at how long they've had to wait, but they've created that wait. So it's kind of a chip on their shoulder a little bit. I am afraid of rejection. I am afraid to look bad, which is what held them back in the first place from acting upon their inspired thought. I've kept so much of myself hidden. High Priestess. And when we have something that we know to be true within our soul of souls with this High Priestess, her inner wisdom, it reflects so much. If we act upon it, we can create so much change for ourselves. This is far from being over. And like I said, they are holding on to that hope in the future. It's not that they want to let it go, it's that they feel hopeless, but this is fleeting. The Ten of Swords doesn't last forever, because here's the Temperance card. There is still almost an expectation, because there's a bit of a cockiness, a little cocky edge to this person. There's almost an expectation eventually that you may come forward to end them, to end their situation or end their frustration, or they're hoping so. I'm getting over my fears. I didn't want you to rely on me, which is probably a good thing here, because this person is really projecting an inability to step out of their comfort zone when it comes to this connection. Your current feelings for you, please. We have the wings. The wing and the rabbit. So Spirit says, in order to create change, in order to create a beautiful sort of flow of movement here, we need to rise above our perceptions in this connection, particularly the person on your mind. We need to stop waiting for others to come in and act purposefully towards goals that we have. And the rabbit talks about doing things afraid. There is a little bit of an emotional immaturity that this person has carried through from the past, the present, and the future in this connection. The rabbit is a very self-aware creature, but is very kind of jitterish too, but it still leaps, it's still curious, it's still adventurous. And I know that for a fact, because baby rabbits keep coming into my backyard despite the fact that my dog has threatened them many, many times. Oh, let's get one of these cards, please, Spirit. Advice for pile one when it comes to this connection. Whoops. On the floor. Advice for pile one when it comes to this connection, please. Healing family issues. So Spirit is saying that this person's inability to leap or express themselves could come from, we have flirt, could come from an issue that they were dealing with even as a child, if I'm honest, with the Healing Family Issues card, because sometimes the way we're brought up and the way that we're taught how to handle emotional connections is flawed, because the people that are teaching us are flawed. So sometimes we carry those unlearned lessons into connections like this, and it leaves us feeling ill-equipped to handle our desires, to pursue the things that we want, which is why there could have been a very strong cat and mouse game here between the two of you in the past, where there was a lot of heavy flirting but no real action, no real ascension. We have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So someone within this connection doesn't feel powerful. They're not respecting or honoring the uniqueness of this connection or the intensity of the connection, and it's time for us to remove ourselves from any perceived binds so that we can make purposeful change towards our goals. Let's get a charm bowl for you, group number 1. Oops, we have the Ace of Pentacles. I didn't even ask the question yet. For group 1, please, Spirit, current feelings in the bowl. Ace of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. Ace of Pentacles reversed talks about stressing over an offer that they want to bring forward or communication, and that is in the past here, that they were stressing too much about opening up a new door and what that would mean. Their hesitation has caused an urgency in them in the present, but they aren't acting upon it because they don't know what the consequences will be now. And it's like the longer you wait, the more your fears have a chance to seep in and to set in place and to really play upon your emotions, which is why we see that Ten of Swords. We saw that in the future. We're seeing it in the future in the Bull. It's an over-the-top emotional response. It's a frustration. It's kind of like a temper tantrum. Like when my youngest has a temper tantrum, it's just this, everything is the worst possible case scenario. I have no power. There's no way I can survive this. But that beautiful sunshine teaches us something different, that it's about how we perceive it that really makes a big difference. So we can either think of our cup as half full or half empty, and we will be right no matter what we perceive it to be. We have learn in the bowl. Interesting. We have the letters A, O, R, O again, and I. We have learn. We have 2 music notes, which are really kind of soulmate energy for me because they're linked up. We have weakness is a choice, which is interesting because they've been showcasing weakness from the past up till now. So I don't know what the time frame here is for you. I'm dealing with collective energy, so it can be completely different for every individual, but the weakness is a choice, and they've been showcasing that. Ear of corn, I think of friendship. So again, there could be a friendship component. We have the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. We have the fishbone in the bowl, so I Pisces energy, but I always think of the Ten of Swords when I see that fishbone because nothing else can be done to that poor creature. You know, nothing else can, it's done in. There's no hope left in that creature. But if we make a new plan of action, if we shift our perspective, if we learn from our past mistakes, then we're able to create new opportunities. You know, change comes in when we are willing to shake up the present energy. All right, group number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please subscribe to the channel. Please hit your notification bell. Please drop me a comment below. And if you do so, I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my Instagram link and my Etsy link below too. But I really hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage. And I hope that you have a very beautiful day today. Take care. Hello everybody. In pile number 2, you were drawn to this beautiful stone cross, or perhaps to the Herb Crafter's Tarot here, and this is your reading. Your person on your mind, what were their feelings for you in the past versus the present and the future of this connection? How are their feelings for you in the future? So let's start with the past here with the Herb Crafter's Tarot. I'm going to try to do this past, present, and future. I'm going to do like a 3-card spread for each section of time. It's going to fill up really quickly, so let's get started. The past, how are they feeling in the past regarding this connection? We have the King of Wands, so this person could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Perhaps you are that Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, but they are claiming fire for you in the past. Focus as well, and really wanting to kind of make plans and see those plans to fruition. The Magician. And we have the Devil. Interesting. We do have the Queen of Swords back of the deck. A sense of intimidation when it comes to you. How did they feel in the past, please, Spirit? We have the 10 of Cups. Clarify the Magician. 5 of Wands. It's coming out with the Temperance and the 10 of Pentacles too. So there is this sense too of like needing to push through obstacles or needing to work towards a goal of coming together and creating abundance together. Clarifying the Devil, please. How did they feel for you in the past? We have the Page of Earth. The Page of Pentacles. We do have the beautiful Empress on the back of this deck. I just want to take a peek underneath, and there's the Ace of Fire. So, you know, when we're talking about the Empress, we're dealing with divine feminine energy, and right in the center of how they were feeling in the past is this Magician, which is about someone manifesting, making plans, manifesting you, wanting to push through any obstacle that binds them. We do have the Devil here. So I don't know if this person experienced like a sense of insecurity within the connection or sensed jealousy. I don't know, it sparks feelings of insecurity and jealousy within this connection. Can we clarify that, Devil, please? How did they feel in the past? We have the 8 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. So they could have feel like they were in competition for you, and they definitely have soulmate vibes for you here too with the 6 of Cups on the back of the deck. They saw this as a potential though. They saw it if they were careful in their planning that and you guys were, you know, bendable and weavable, that you guys could grow and build something. If you were flexible enough, you could grow and build something. But there is this sense of insecurity and jealousy when it comes to you in the past. 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. It's because they had almost claimed your energy in that sense. It's like, this is what I want. The King of Wands is very focused. This is what I want to manifest. And it's like I want to lock them down. There's a sense of sexual energy towards you as well in the past of this connection. Let's take a peek at the present energy though. Let me get a smaller, narrower deck, because I found out in the first pile that if I don't use a narrow deck, I am going to end up running out of room. Okay. Let's see if their current energies or their current feelings have changed at all from the past. So what are their current feelings towards pile 2, please? We have Justice. Libra, very strong. Their current feelings for pile 2, please. The Death card. This is Brit's Third Eye Tarot. We have the 4 of Wands. Back of the deck is the Knight of Swords. Can we clarify the Justice card, please? How are they currently feeling? Thank you. Clarifying the Death card. Ace of Wands. It came out sideways though, and I want to keep that in mind. The 9 of Swords. Back of the deck is the 9 of Wands. And what's really striking me, we have the 3 of Pentacles underneath that. What really strikes me about this message coming in for the current energy is that they feel like things are pretty unfair in the current energy. Things are pretty unfair. So the plans that they were focused on, the desires that they were trying to manifest with you, truly they feel like has not come to pass. They haven't been able to make as much leeway as they want, and they're frustrated. They are sort of letting go of this old expectation. They have a confidence that is waning now, and the confidence that they had in the past is waning a little bit now in the present here with that Justice card and this 10 of Swords. You know, the 10 of Swords talks about letting go of old expectations, letting go of old ideas. And the Ace of Wands was on the sideways angle. It's like they don't know how to create change here, and it's giving them a lot of anxiety. They don't know what power they have to change situations, and there needs to be a drastic shift with the Death card in order to create an opportunity for what they want, which is a gateway, a reason to celebrate with you. This can even sometimes, you know, represent marriage and commitment at its finest. If they were focused on that Ten of Pentacles in the past, they don't know how to get to that gateway yet. They don't know how to manifest. They're like, if I thought I was manifesting it in the past, it hasn't happened. So now what do? I'm kind of back to the drawing board because I don't know how to manifest this change. And it's driving them insane. It's making them frustrated. It's making them anxious. They are tired of waiting. There is too a message coming through for some of you that you may have been moved into a different connection, which is why they're so frustrated. You may be happy in a different connection right now, or at least in their perception, you're happy in it. So that's the frustration, and that's why they can't figure out what to do, because there's no focus now. If there's no opening for them, there's no focus. But what they don't understand is that this negative vibration of the Nine of Swords, particularly because it is a heavy, heavy, heavy feeling with the Nine of Swords, it can be depression at its worst as well. So that's dragging down their energy and kind of minimizing the opportunity and their self-confidence, their assurance that change can happen in the future of this connection. Let's look into their current future. If things keep progressing the way that they are progressing, what will their feelings be for you in the future of this connection? The Devil. Their feelings for you in the future of this connection, please. The Nine of Cups. The Eight of Cups. Back of the deck is the Justice card again. Could definitely be dealing with Libra energy. We clarify that Devil, please. Their feelings in the future of this connection. The Lovers. Gemini. The future feelings. Eight of Wands. I'm squeezing in my last little spot here, the Death card. Back of this deck is the Queen of Wands, and we have the Seven of Cups. We started over here with the King of Wands. We're talking about divine counterpart energy. This person assuming or hoping that this could be a divine counterpart to them. And there's a sense of not knowing how you feel or being confused about your intentions or your plans. And there's a fear associated with that. In the future, they seem to be thrust into this insecurity. This Nine of Swords is making them feel trapped, and the Devil, you know, can often talk about things that really are holding us back from what we really want. They're still projecting you as this dream come true in the future. Their feelings for you have not changed. They still have an urgency to want to express themselves to you. They still feel like you are that missing cup as well. There is a sense, though, of someone in this connection being stuck and trapped in the future, perhaps chained to a responsibility or to a duty, because we keep seeing that Justice card as well. So there's a sense of decision and choice that they have to make in the future. Very much attracted to you in the future in a physical sense. But there is this message coming through that, you know, we may need to remove ourselves from this situation because we're not feeling fulfilled. This person doesn't feel fulfilled emotionally within this connection in the future. And that, you know, they're saying, you know, my focus upon this connection is really stealing my joy. It could also indicate that this person recognizes that someone within this connection needs to walk away from something that is not fulfilling them. And it could be this Queen who's not fulfilling them, to create even a possibility. And until that happens, you know, they're kind of stuck. They're sort of stuck in this bit of a stagnant place of confusion, of secrecy, hiding their feelings as well with the Seven of Swords. Let's get a couple of messages from them about how they're currently feeling for you in the present right now. Some message cards from this person. How are they currently feeling about pile 2? I dream of a second chance with you. I want that second chance with you. I wish that I had fought harder for this connection in the past. Wish that they hadn't allowed some of their insecurities to keep them from perhaps wielding what they wanted or wielding what they wanted to do. It's interesting that we have the Devil here and we have the Devil here, so there could be Capricorn energy here. It could even be that that situation of entrapment has not changed. I did not follow my heart. So they themselves could be the ones who are thrust in indecision. They could feel like they are trapped from entering into anything with you. I replay everything that happened in my mind, and I feel like they torture themselves with that as well. I feel like it's a torturing type of feeling. Insecurities. You drive me crazy. And you take my breath away. Back of the deck says you did send me mixed signals in the past of this connection. Advice for this connection. Woo! You have the Solitude card coming out as your advice card. We also have the Rebellion card coming out too. So 2 cards coming out for you when it comes to this deck. The Spider back of deck reminds us that we weave our own destiny, and the positions that we find ourselves stuck in the past have continued to keep us stuck in the present because we've placed ourselves in that trajectory, in that position. We have the Solitude and we have the Rebellion. So there's heartbreak within this Solitude. There's these birds that are not in flight, even though they have the power to do so. So there's power that's not being wielded here, and there are walls of protection that were, again, birds not in flight, walls of protection that we're putting up that are actually stopping us from the same, sorry, how do I want to put this? Rewind. The same walls that we've built up, the same foundations we've built up to kind of protect ourselves are now the same foundations that need to crumble so that we can free ourselves from perceived prisons within this connection. Advice for Pile 2. Hurt feelings. We have past life relationship. You've known each other before, which is why there's such an intrinsic sense of, I don't want to use the word like stuckness, but it's like they're chained to you. It's because you may have experienced many lifetimes with this person. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Back of the deck says, heart-to-heart conversations are needed. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other if you want to create change in this situation. Let's get a charm bowl for you, group number 2, to end your reading. Charm bowl for group number 2, the future of this connection in the bowl. 4 of Wands. Queen of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. Oop. So somebody feels really separated from something that could potentially give them a lot of joy and happiness. There could be a marriage or some sort of commitment amidst this connection, not to each other, but to other people. So take that as it resonates. And there's a real fear. I feel like there's even a financial fear of what will happen if I walk through that gateway. This Queen of Wands is a reminder that she's powerful. She's on her side because she doesn't feel like she has purpose or power, but she can wield change in this situation. We have 2 marbles, the World Marble and the Crystal Ball. We have the ring that says forever. The other side says friends. It's a puzzle piece. We have sun and song and the letter L. We have just be. Just being present is a great way to bring ourselves back to the present energy so that we can create a form of action. We have thou shalt not bear false witness. I will not lie. We have a little girl on a bicycle, and we also have a chariot here. We have a horse with no rider, and the horse is a symbol of determination, of leadership, and they're both symbols for me of the chariot. The horse has no rider. This little girl, though, has purpose. She feels small, but she can wield a lot of power. We also have the teddy bear here. Could be children involved in this connection somehow. And we have the High Priestess represented by the curled shell because it holds secrets. So this is a secret that they keep. All right, group number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated. And if it did, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel, join our little family here, hit your like button, hit your notification bell, and drop me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I do that on a monthly basis. You can also check out my Instagram and my Etsy links below. And I also have a link for this deck as well, the Cottage Divine Masculine Love Oracle is down below too, if you are interested in that. But please come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a very beautiful day. Take care. Hello everybody. In group number 3, you were drawn to this beautiful turtle. My daughter gave me this for Mother's Day, and it opens up, which I love. So welcome. This is your reading. This is the Muse Tarot. Thank you so much to Annika for gifting me this deck. If you buy me something on my wish list, please reach out to me so that I can thank you with a free reading. So this is your reading. We're looking at the past, present, and the future feelings that this person has for you and this connection. I'm going to sort of fill up the board here today because we're going to do a 3-card spread for past, 3-card spread for present, and a 3-card spread for the future of this connection. Their feelings for you. So how are they feeling in the past in this connection? We have Queen of Swords. Could be dealing with air energy. How did they feel in the past of this connection? What were their feelings for you? Knight of Wands, or Knight of Cups, I'm sorry. There was almost an intimidation. They were intimidated by you. I think you were really attractive or really smart, or just a combination of all three. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Just really intimidated by you, also inspired by you. I feel like they almost looked up to you too, because we do have the 3 of inspiration here, desiring that expansion. Can we clarify the Queen of Swords? How did they feel in the past in this connection about pile 3? We had the 10 of inspiration, the 10 of Wands. We have the 2 of Wands. We have the Devil. The Devil was actually a very big theme in the second pile, so you might want to check that one out as well. Capricorn energy. We have the 10 of Swords here at the back of the deck, and we have the Page of Swords. So this person, again, could be an air sign. You could be the air sign, but the 10 of Swords is really speaking to kind of some hopelessness that set in even in the past, because they automatically came into this connection thinking that you were definitely out of their league. Like you were definitely out of their league, and it's like they held no room to stand next to someone like you. Like truly what they're explaining here to me, it was kind of a burden to them to want to express how they felt about you, because they were sort of in the process of making plans, of really wanting to express how they felt about you, but they kept themselves as a watcher or on the outside of this connection in a non-emotional connection with you, because they didn't feel like they had the confidence. And the longer that it took them to break out of that, the longer or the higher their insecurity peaked. And the more that they kind of allowed that to eat at them, and the more that their desires started to build up when it came to you. So they almost had this sense of hopelessness. It's like the longer it took them, the more hopelessness set in for them in the past of this connection. But their feelings for you, they really wanted to voice how they felt. They really wanted to speak how they felt towards you, but it was a real burden. It's like they had a really difficult time doing it. Can we clarify, please, Spirit? Can we look at their current feelings for you in the present? I'm going to use the deck that just fell on the floor. I'm going to use the Alice in Wonderland Tarot for the middle, because I need a small deck to fit in the center. So we have here the 6 of Cups. That's soulmate energy, and it's one of my favorite cards in the whole deck, the 6 of Cups, because of the beautiful love that it represents. It represents an innocent type of love, a first type of love. So this could be someone that you met when you were young, perhaps in school, even with that Page of Swords showing itself. They do desire a reunion with you, and the love that this represents is beautiful. It's like the past that they remember is precious to them when it comes to you. Ace of Cups. They want a new emotional start. They want a reunion. I feel like you're in no contact here, but here's the 4 of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands back of deck. Can we clarify the 6 of Cups, please? There's the Devil again. My goodness. Ten of Swords. So not much has changed as far as their confidence level. There's the Knight of Wands. They're still fantasizing and dreaming about that reconnection. They're still thinking about it. They still want it. But they're still feeling very powerless potentially here to wield that. We have the Eight of Swords on the back of the deck, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So they're stopping themselves from reaching out at this very moment, because those insecurities that we talked about that have sort of built up have continued into the present. Their desire towards you hasn't changed. Their desire to have an emotional new beginning, and the thought that you can fulfill them. They also want to be really generous with you. Like, they want to give you almost like the gift of the assurance of their affection for you, but they're keeping themselves stuck. The Eight of Swords in the present is really it doesn't serve us in any way, because it's a prison that we put ourselves in. It's a perceived prison, an emotional prison, a prison that doesn't allow room for us to see things clearly. And it's adding to this Ten of Swords mentality of giving up, giving in, surrendering to the situation. We do have the Four of Swords and the Knight of Wands. There is a really strong reflection that no matter what's happening within this connection, even if it's in disconnect, and I feel like it is, that pressure inside of them is still building. They hold back because they don't know what the consequences will be, and they are deathly afraid of rejection when it comes to you. I feel like this person doesn't have a lot of experience, potentially in love in general. And again, they could be someone that was in sort of your friend group or someone that you went to school with. Let's look into the future feelings of this person towards you. So what are their future feelings towards you? Which deck should I grab for that? I'm going to use this one. The future feelings for pile number 3, please. Whoops, on the floor. Try that again. Future feelings for you. The Magician. This is the Sexual Healing Tarot, I believe. What are their future feelings, please, Spirit? So we have the Hanged Man. It is coming out here with the Five of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So there's a very strong message for somebody watching. This will not resonate with every person watching, because I am dealing with the collective energy and multiple energies coming in. But the Hanged Man fell out with the Ten of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. And you can see how this person is holding a flame while watching those two amorous couple, or that pair of amorous couple in the background. And there's a real sense of desire and jealousy amidst a certain foundation or connection or something that you're a part of. So they're hung up here. They want to communicate. They're hung up, though. It could be because you're stuck in a situation where they're jealous, or it could be vice versa. So please take that as it resonates. There are future feelings for you. We have the Chariot. Cancer energy. Can we clarify the Magician, please? Their future feelings. Ten of Swords. Oh my goodness. I often say in my channel, you know, joy begets joy. And this is a perfect example of it. Of like, joy begets joy. But unfortunately, we are powerful manifestors, and we can powerfully manifest ourselves into a dither as well. We can powerfully manifest ourselves into something negative. So this Ten of Swords, this sadness, this sense of loss has begotten into the present, which will beget into the future, because we're not doing anything about how we feel. We have the Five of Pentacles, feeling like we're left on the outside, feeling an emotional destitution. Can we clarify that Hanged Man, please? Their future feelings for you. We have the Emperor. So this person may actually be the ones who are at the helm of something too. We have the Five of Wands. And I feel like they have no right to be jealous in some cases, for some people watching, but they still are, because the two of you may have a very mirrored experience happening in the future. We have the Six of Pentacles along with that Five of Cups. So in the future, they're still going to really want to communicate with you with that Six of Pentacles. But I feel like it's really a representation of, you know, them creating almost a It's like their worst fears have come to fruition because they allowed that to happen. It's like they've allowed their reflection of loss that has continued throughout this connection to really define them and define the connection itself. And that's why we see the hopelessness that keeps setting in, their powerlessness that they feel like they can wield. And I do feel like for some of you it is because they're hung up now and surrendered to a new role. Potentially you are in that new role as well. And it's like I said, there's certain amount of mirroredness in this connection for the two of you experiencing the same thing, because there is common jealousy. There's common insecurity. There's common fears here. And there is a sense of choice and decision in the future. The Chariot asks us to make a decision about what we want or who we want in the future. And then we are supposed to drive towards that decision with courage and faith and you know, a sense of purpose. But this insecurity here could be holding them back from that. Let's get some love messages from this person. How are they currently feeling? What do they wish that they could say to you? Pile number 3. So their feelings do not, they just intensify. They don't go anywhere. So that's the other thing that Spirit wants you to understand, that you don't need to worry about losing this person's love. But it is creating a pretty dangerous stagnancy. Sex. And you know what's interesting is we have the devil, and those can be really reflective of their desires for you as well. It doesn't have to just be insecurities. It can talk about, you know, the desire for you in a physical sense. Have I lost everything? And that's a dangerous mentality or even question to ask yourself, because if you feel like you have lost everything, then you truly have lost everything. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. Maybe you cut them out in the past. Maybe you were a little bit cold at times for some of you here with that Queen of Swords. She's not afraid to tell people that they're not serving her and that she's moving forward. I dream about you a lot, probably too much. How do they feel currently, please, Spirit? I am in so much pain. And it's the focus on that pain that is truly creating the stagnation here. It's the focus on their helplessness or their hopelessness, particularly with that 10 of Swords. It's like, if I feel like I have absolutely nowhere to go, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'll have nowhere to go. Very much sad energy with this pile. I do want to start a family with you. Back of the deck says, I want you to choose. So you may be the one with the decision to make when it comes to this connection. They may feel lost or helpless because they feel like there is nothing they can do, because you have to be the one to wield change in your own situation. Back of the deck says, I need more time as well. Card of advice for this connection, please, Spirit. Elixir. The Elixir card came out for you here, and it talks about belonging as well. Janet Frame, belonging. And she was she's a very gifted writer, but she was placed into a mental institution for a while when she was young, and when she came out, her sense of belonging with her family was really skewed, and this person's sense of belonging is skewed. Like I said, I feel like they were very intimidated to act upon you in the first place. And in some cases, this person feels like maybe they were rejected by you, but I don't feel like it was an actual rejection. I almost feel like it was a perceived rejection. This elixir talks about poison and how our insecurities, like the devil, how, well, first of all, there could be actual addictions within this connection, could be alcohol, so take that as it resonates, but how our insecurities act like a poison and they leave us stuck in the past. This ghost that's flying up is talking about things that haunt us, that are holding us in place. Advice for group 3, please, concerning this connection. You have, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. If there is sort of a one-sidedness that's going on here, it looks like he loves her a little bit more than she loves him, or he's a little bit more interested. They just want to be given a chance. Again, they don't feel like they're in your league. They want to be given a chance, and you instill jealousy within them. We do have honeymoon coming out as well, and we have, it is safe for you to love, open your heart, and receive the highest energy of all. First of all, with the honeymoon card, it comes up for me when somebody is potentially in some sort of situation where this person wants to whisk you away. They want to whisk you away on a secret type of holiday. This back of deck card, though, it's safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. I feel like all of these insecurities that this person has wielded in your direction are completely baseless in many cases. Like, you are not this perception that they have of you. You would not have rejected them. They have kind of created a situation that was avoidable for them, but there may have been very necessary lessons that they needed to learn or still need to learn through this connection. But I feel like they didn't realize that it was safe for them to love. Let's get a charm bowl for you. Group number 3. The future of this connection in the bowl here. If you're new to the channel, I do end each pile with a charm cast with the tiny tarot and with my collection of charms here. Future of this connection in the bowl. Oops, 5 of Wands. Insecurity, competition potentially, and it's this insecurity and sense of competition that we really need to reflect upon so that we can decide what purpose and what action we can wield towards change here. Do we need to overcome these feelings of insecurity? Is that the obstacle that needs to be addressed? Because there seems to be an urgency and a need for clarity and communication. I feel like one conversation would resolve all the insecurities in this connection. Whoops. What do we have today? So we have the S and the S, SOS. We have the F. So 2 S's and an F in the bowl today. We have a little cross here. There could be a Christianity connection. We have the infinity symbol, strength, Leo energy. We also have the sun, so definitely Leo energy here. We have divine. This is divinely guided. This connection may be very divinely guided. This person is gaining, you are also gaining pearls of wisdom throughout the disconnect. If you're in disconnect with this person, there is so much to be gained through breaking through barriers within this connection. Here is the rabbit, a symbol of leaping, despite sometimes being a little bit fearful and expressing ourselves. There's the whale, because if the whale doesn't come up to express itself, it will drown. It will drown in that emotion. So it's time to express ourselves when given the opportunity and leaping into it. We have the little moon and the star, which is someone who's fearful to hope, suppressing that hope below the surface. All right, group number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, please leave me a comment below and let me in on your little story. I would love to hear it. I would love for you to be a member of this family here and subscribe to the channel. Please hit your notification bell if you do so, and drop a comment for me below, because I automatically enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me on a monthly basis when you leave comments below my video. I really hope that you have a beautiful day. I hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage.